pretty sure you've heard and seen videos that are like, be comfortable with having your own company, be comfortable being alone, be comfortable in isolation. And there's also this like push of being in isolation and making it to work in one's advantage. And I advocate for that. I love the rhetoric behind being alone isn't always this lonely journey, but sometimes it can be a thing of like, you're getting to know yourself, and it can allow you to think without having outside influences. It can allow you to become who you want to be without outside influences. Again, baddies, hi, welcome to another video. This one, like, I'm literally in my pajamas. I wanted to make this video because obviously I'm in my pajamas. I could be dressed up and looking good, and that's great. Like, I'm gonna be dressed up and looking good, but I had to make this video quickly because I felt like such conviction to make it. I think that the whole like pushing, obviously there are people who are gonna make it seem like a bad thing to be alone, and obviously in a way, like, I get those people too, because human connection is one of the ways in which humans thrive. But one thing I do want to say is, as much as I love the whole topic of being alone and how it can get you further in life, and it can clear your headspace to make decisions that are beautiful for you, because you're the only person who's able to make like sit with your thoughts and then make decisions on those thoughts. One thing I wanted to speak about is the fact that how isolating loving your own company is. I believe, like, I'm a person who really loves their company. I thrive in spaces where I'm alone. I love my space. I love being alone, and I think it has to, it's because it's what I'm used to in a way, not in like a bad way, not like I don't have friends. I do have friends, and like they have me too, but it's this whole thing of like, you are in a space where I've been alone like most of my life, okay, besides my family and maybe a couple school friends here and there, but like I was generally like really sheltered as a child. Maybe that made it more comfortable for me to be comfortable with my own company. But at the same time, I will say, I also will contradict myself because two things can be true at once. I will say at some point I wasn't comfortable with my own company, even though it would seem like I was, in the sense that, you know, right now, for example, I can go a whole day without listening to any music, and there were years where I could not go like any like day without having music in my ears or someone telling me information. I was alone, I was always listening to music. If I was somewhere else, I was always listening to music, and it's hard. Like, I'm really trying to unlearn it. I usually listen to music if I'm at the gym or trying to clean something, but like if I'm doing nothing and I'm chilling, I usually just don't listen to music, or I just put it like, because most of the times I used to put it like in my earphones so like it could drown everything out, but sometimes I just put it on my phone without like earphones, so that it doesn't like necessarily drown everything out and drown all the noises out, but it basically kind of like adds to the ambiance of the place. I have learned to love being alone, and the downside is you find yourself speaking to yourself, but it heals you in such a way where you get to know yourself so much. As well as journaling, guys. I've never been like an advocate for journaling every day. I think journaling needs to be something that I believe is something that needs to be sparked by an emotion that you're feeling. Like, even if the emotion is like the feeling of mundaneness of life, but like there has to be an emotion that's like, okay, let me write about that so I can reflect on this moment later in the future, or so I can remember this moment, or, you know, things like that. Like, there has to be like a trigger for it to happen. Like, you can't just now, well, you can, but like it does feel very performative when it's not sparked by an emotion. I have a journal. This is like my, okay, so this one I got from last year. So yeah, I got it last year, but it's like like near my birthday, so that's why it's like it has a Libra sign on it. I got it last year, but last year I had like 4 journals. I journaled a lot last year because I was very like in isolation, as I was saying. So this was like, it's like a crossover from last year, but it's almost finished. It has like a flower inside that I embedded, was from my friend, me. But anyway, like literally being in a space where you are alone and you love that, and it makes it so difficult and it's so isolating in the sense that like you feel so stingy with your energy. Like you feel so stingy with your energy. It's like you don't want to give your energy to any and everyone, and you don't want to receive any and everyone's energy, because it's like now like you really enjoy your own space and your own energy. So it's like now if anyone is going to come into your space and come to live with you or like be your friend or whatever, you love your company so much, your own company so much, that anyone else's company that comes into your life, they have to provide company to you that is better than your own, which makes it difficult because most people won't bring company that is better than your own. So it's like very isolating. So it's like, oh my god, yeah, do I really, you know? But like you also want to make friends and you also want to you connect with people, but it's like, do I really need this person in my life? And if they're not like giving me, like pouring into me in the way that I would pour into myself, or giving me a sense of joy, or giving me a sense of information, like giving me information, like providing me with something that like more than what I provide for myself. And that seems very transactional minded, but at the same time it's like it's more of an energy thing. It's like, do I really want to be in a space where someone is not giving me energy that's up to par with what I pour into myself? So yeah, I really wanted to talk about that. I don't think that I made a statement that was an original thought, but I had to put that out there so that I could have my own say. But yeah, toodles.